What's going on, San Francisco 49ers fans? It's your boy JP Football Fanatics with you back again with another record prediction video. For this time, we are here to analyze to you and give you the best record prediction that I can come up with for your favorite team of the San Francisco 49ers. Now that Jimmy G is out of the helm, now it's going to be Brock Purdy's turn, or maybe Trey Lance or Sam Darnold's chance now to take command of this team. Kyle Shanahan has everything planned and ready to go. He's the mastermind of all offenses, all defenses, you name it. He's probably right now the best coach in the NFL right now, arguably at least. So with that being said, where do you think the 49ers are going to be this year? Do you think they're going to be above? Do you think they're going to be below 500? Or do you think they're going to be a playoff team? Do you think they're just going to miss the playoffs? Let me know in the comments down below. It's JP Football Fanatics telling you to please go ahead, drop a like on this video if you have not done so already. Also, be sure to also hit the subscribe button as well. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so that way you can be informed of every single time that I go live here on JP Football Fanatics. Believe me, you guys and the sport of football means everything to me. And and I want to be able to bring to you the best content that I possibly can as far as the NFL goes. So if I have content that I haven't covered yet already and you would like for me to do, please let me know and leave it in the comments down below on any of my videos, including this one. So like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's go ahead and let's analyze the San Francisco 49ers season for the 2023-24 NFL season. Let's begin. So here I have the schedule pulled up from the Playoff Predictors website. So I am going to be honest with you, okay? The 49ers. So if they had a legitimate quarterback, like a franchise quarterback for this team, I would absolutely believe to you that this team could win the NFC and make it to the Super Bowl. However, you have three quarterbacks with the names of Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, Trey Lance, who are all going to be fighting for a spot here in week one, of course. Brock Purdy, who was reportedly earlier this week saying that he is going to start throwing at OTAs. And as far as Sam Darnold is, he's going to be, maybe starting in week one, or Trey Lance, depending on how his health is. So this team is very, very confusing in the sense of quarterback play. So obviously offense, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, a great offensive line, excellent defense, Nick Bosa. You know what I mean? Like, this could easily be the best roster in the entire NFL. But what really brings them back the most is their quarterback play. So let's go ahead and let's analyze the first game of the week. Week one, you play the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. This is going to be a tough matchup. It's going to be a defensive kind of game, Mike Tomlin versus Kyle Shanahan, which is something that we haven't really seen all that often, throughout the NFL so far. I think I'm going to pick the Steelers to win this game. I think the Steelers with Kenny Pickett will be pretty good this year. I think they're going to upset some teams. Normally, the Steelers upset at least one or two teams throughout the entire season, especially if they're considered the big underdogs like they are in this game. I'm going to take them to win week one. And the reason why I'm picking them to win week one is because of one reason only. It's quarterback play. So if it's Sam Darnold, if it's Trey Lance, or it's Brock Purdy, they're going to be facing a very, very tough defense in Pittsburgh, where they're going to have to go up against Cam Hayward. They're going to have to go up against TJ Watt, Minka Fitzpatrick, a lot of really good corners. Maybe Joey Porter could be a starter this year too. This defensive line is, absolutely incredible. They're ferocious. And I think the offensive line for the 49ers is solid, but as far as keeping them afloat and being able to consistently run good offensive plays, they're going to have to rely on the run game, which is going to really dictate on how they really do in this game, which I think is going to be very tricky for them to do with McCaffrey. But they could absolutely win this game. But I'm going to give the Steelers the edge because it's home field advantage and because of quarterback play. So I'm going to go with the Steelers to win that one in week one. Week two, you play the Rams. I believe you're going to sweep the Rams this year. The Rams aren't a very good team. And pretty much at this point, Kyle Shanahan really does own, the Rams every single year. So you guys really dominate every single year when you play the Rams. So I'm taking the for you guys to win this one. I think, the Rams, as long as they can stay healthy, they can keep it competitive, but I have a lot of questions about them too. And I think a lot of it starts with offensive line, a lot of it starts with weaponry, besides Cooper Cup, and then you have defense that you have to worry about too. You don't have Jalen Ramsey anymore that can make some big plays at the corner position to slow down someone like Debo Samuel or Brandon Ayuk. You don't have those kind of players anymore. You only have Aaron Donald, who's aging. He's getting up there in age. He's still very solid. Don't get me wrong. He's still an elite defensive back, edge rusher. But you have to take it into consideration. They don't have as much as they used to have. So Sean McVay will keep it competitive, but pretty much Kyle Shanahan owns the Rams. I think you guys win both times against the Rams. Week 3, you play the New York Giants. I think you're going to beat the Giants at home on Thursday night. The Giants are going to be a decent team this year. I think they're going to be pretty similar to what they were a year ago. I think they're going to go in there and they're going to put up some points against the Niners. But, if you're traveling across the country and you're playing the 49ers across the country in their home stadium, that's not going to be easy to do. You have to travel across country. You got to get used to the time zone. So I'll take the 49ers. I'll take Kyle Shanahan over Brian Daboll for this game. Week 4, you play the Arizona Cardinals. I believe you're going to sweep the Cardinals this year. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The Cardinals are easily the worst team in the NFL, especially now that DeAndre Hopkins was just released earlier today from the Cardinals. So now you don't really have much to really rely on besides Marquise Brown, maybe James Conner, but those two players get injured pretty often. So, they're going to be easily the worst team in the NFL this year. So you guys should be able to sweep them. Week 5, you play the Cowboys. I think you're actually going to lose to the Cowboys this year. So I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win. They're going to travel across the country to play at San Francisco. I think they're going to beat you guys this year for a couple of reasons. I think one of them is because they're due for a win at some point against you guys. And I feel that they've added so much in the offseason that I think now they're probably ready at this point now, and they can take advantage of whoever is your week 1 starting quarterback is. I think they can take advantage of that. So I think the Cowboys beat you guys at home in week 5. I think the Cowboys have the corners. They have the defense that can do it. I think they have the pass rush that can get to you. So I will take the Cowboys to win in week 5. Week 6, you play the Cleveland Browns. This could be a trap game. This could be a game that goes either way. Who knows who the starting quarterback is going to be? Maybe Brock Purdy at this point in the season. Maybe it won't be Sam Darnold anymore. Who really does know? But I think you have enough what it takes to be able to beat the Browns. So I'll take you guys to beat the Browns in week 6. Week 7, you play the Minnesota Vikings. I have you guys actually losing to the Vikings. I feel that the Vikings have one of those things. They're one of those teams that can definitely upset you in any given way. I think their offense can really, really solidify like big wins against you guys. They may not have the defense that can slow you guys down. But with Brian Flores at the helm, maybe he'll turn this defense on, and it's a Monday Night Football game in Minnesota. That's not an easy place to play. So I'll take Minnesota to win that game. And like I said before, it just varies on who the quarterback is going to be at this point in the season. If it's Brock Purdy, if it's Darnold, if it's Lance, who really knows? Week 8, you play the Cincinnati Bengals. I think you're going to lose to the Bengals this year. I think the Bengals are definitely one of the best teams in the AFC for sure. They're definitely going to keep it competitive. It's probably going to be the game of the week in week 8 for sure. I would definitely look forward to this game. Joe Burrow versus Kyle Shanahan's defense. I'm really excited to see this game really do happen. So I think you guys, I think your defense kind of slips up a little bit, especially at the pass. You do have good pass rushers. You do have good corners. But I think Joe Burrow, I think Jamar Chase, that's not easy to stop. It's not easy to stop. So I think you guys are going to lose that one at home against Cincinnati, because I think your corners and everything, I don't think they match up all that well with Jamar Chase or T. Higgins. So I will take you guys to lose that game. Then you go into the bye week in week 9, and then you go into week 10, and then you play the Jacksonville Jags. I think this game could go either way. I think you guys can definitely beat the Jags 100%. I think your defense can get to Trevor Lawrence. I also think you can score some points on that defense. I don't necessarily trust Jacksonville's defense to be able to slow any team down. So I'll take the 49ers to win, especially if they're on the road. I'll take them to win. I trust Kyle Shanahan right now. I trust his defense. Not that I don't trust Doug Peterson, not because I don't trust Trevor Lawrence. I think they're going to be a fine team this year in their own right. They're going to put up a good game. But as far as defensively goes, as long as Brock Purdy can manage the game well and be able to place the ball in the right spots, they can definitely win this game. Week 11, you play the Tampa Bay Bucks. I have you guys beating the Bucks this year. The Bucks are not a very good team this year, especially now that they don't have Tom Brady anymore. They have Baker Mayfield. They can definitely get some turnovers on Baker. Last time that the 49ers have seen Baker Mayfield, it was not very pretty. That was in the 2019 season. It was not a very pretty game by any means. They take advantage of that again. Maybe they have some tough times with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, maybe, but other than that, really, I think you guys should be able to win that one. Week 12, you play the Seattle Seahawks. I actually believe this is a game. I believe this game is on Thursday. It's a Thursday night game on Thanksgiving Thursday. I believe the Seahawks actually have a pretty good team this year. Not going to lie. I think they can compete with you guys in the NFC West this year. So I think they're going to win that game in Seattle the first time. Not going to lie, because it's a tough environment to play in for number one. The weather could be crappy. You never know, because it always, let's face it, always rains in Seattle. The weather could be crappy, and the fan base is going to be absolutely bonkers. They're going to be going hard. They're going to be going crazy. Pete Carroll chewing his gum, running up and down the sidelines, coaching the games up. The Seahawks are going to beat you guys in week 12. But don't get me wrong. I think you guys can come back and beat them in week 14, 2 weeks later. I think you guys can beat them at home. I think the Seahawks, again, they're one of the better teams in the NFC. I think they can compete with a lot of teams this year. So I will take the Seahawks to split with you guys this year. Week 13, you play the Eagles in a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. This is a type of game that can definitely go either way. I think the Eagles are pretty much the same team as they were a year ago, minus losing a couple players in there. They're still one of the best teams in the NFL, and let alone the NFC. So this will be definitely a tough game. It will be tough to stop Jalen Hurts. Last year was not very pretty. We all saw what happened. And this game is being played in Philly. So you have to go across the country yet again to play the Eagles. So I think you guys, I don't know exactly who is going to win this game. I don't remember if I had the Eagles or I had the 49ers winning this game. But I think the Eagles are actually going to beat you at home. I think the home field advantage plays a big part here. So that's going to be a really big factor there. And I think you guys just have so much, issues as far as stopping like running quarterbacks. So I think this is going to be a trap game for you guys. It's going to be one of the more difficult games that you play as the season goes on. Can I see Brock Purdy putting up a good game? Absolutely, I can. But as far as stopping Jalen Hurts, I think that's going to be very hard for you to stop. So I think I will take the Eagles to win in week 13. Week 16, you play the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football. This is a game that's being played on Christmas. I think this is a really, really tough game. If the Ravens are healthy, they have everybody healthy, Lamar Jackson especially, the offensive line's still healthy, running backs healthy, wide receivers healthy, and defense healthy, the Ravens can win this game. No question about it. But if the Ravens do fall apart, I can definitely see you guys winning that game on Christmas night. So I think you guys are going to go in. I think you guys actually do have a team that is built to beat the Ravens. I don't remember exactly which team I actually picked when I did my Ravens prediction. But I think you guys have what it takes. I think you guys have a good enough defense that can stop Lamar. I mean, obviously that's going to be a hard factor there. And we'll see if Lamar actually runs a lot more this year, because there are rumors saying that he may not run as much this year. We'll see if it happens. So I think you can contain with Lamar. I think you can slow down the passing game too. I think you have some good corners that can match up well with some of the receivers. But I will take the 49ers because I think the home field advantage will play a big part. Week 17, you play the Washington Commanders. This could be one of those games. I could definitely see this like being an upset trap game because of the Commanders' solid defensive line that matches up well with your offensive line. But I think you guys should be able to beat the Commanders there. I don't think the Commanders are they're definitely not the worst team, but like the 49ers, their biggest problem here is quarterback play. So it could be Sam Howell at this point in the season, or it could be Jacoby Brissett, whoever it really could be. I don't know, but you guys should be able to beat the Commanders. And then in week 18, you beat the Rams. So overall, I have you guys being at 11-6. I think this isn't your floor. I think you guys can definitely, your ceiling probably will be at least 12 wins this year. I think your ceiling could be 12-5, maybe. I think your floor could be at lowest, maybe 9-8, 10-7, I would say. Like, I could see you losing to the Ravens and then you drop to 10-7, which probably could be enough to win the division. I think that would definitely be like your floor. But I don't really see you guys losing any more than 10 games because of Kyle Shanahan's ability to be able to coach any team up. So what do you guys think about my prediction? Let me know in the comments down below. It's your boy JP Football Fanatic saying thanks. We'll see you all next time. Peace.